Some of you know that I am a nurse, while some of you don't know. But what some of you don't actually know is that I have never been a science student. I have never. But the question is, how did I become a nurse in Australia? Okay, in this video today, I am going to explain to you how I became a nurse in Australia without having any prior science background. Okay, and also how you can do it. If this sounds like something you want to hear, please sit back and let's dig in. Okay. Welcome to my channel, Jane Kenny's Creation, where we keep it real. Yes, my name is Jane and I live in Australia. Today I am going to tell you things about myself. What actually happened? How did I become a nurse? But before then, I want to say thank you. Thank you to my subscribers. You guys rock. I love you guys. You know, today we just rock 10K subscribers in this channel. Jane Kenny's Creation just achieved 10K subscribers badge. It's for all of us. It's for you guys. Without you, there is no Jane Kenny's Creation. Without you, there is no this channel. So I say thank you, if I can dance for you. And if you are new in this channel, please do subscribe and become a member of this beautiful community where we keep it real. All info shared in this channel is authentic. Go and verify, okay? And please do like my video. Like it. I know you will like it. And do share if you can. And let's dig in. All right. Most time I hear people sending me message and say, how can I become a nurse in Australia, or how can I become a nurse abroad, but I don't have nursing background, or I don't have science background, and so on. I just want to tell you, it's not only about Australia. In Australia, in Canada, in US, even in UK, anyone can become a nurse without being a science student. Yes. It's not like anywhere you have to do chemistry, physics, blah, blah, blah before you become a nurse. When you talk about first world country, their mode of studies, their method of teaching, their perception about teaching and learning is very different. Okay? They will give you what is needed when it is needed. And you grab it and you soar ahead. Okay? All right. Now, how did I become a nurse? I said I have never been a science student. However, in my secondary school back then, I did biology. Okay? Some people can call it biology. Some people would do human biology. But for you to study nursing in Australia, at least you're supposed to have biology in your WAEC or somewhere in your studies. Or human biology, whichever one. Biology is biology. And sometimes they will take something like psychology, but we don't do psychology in secondary school in Africa. It's something post-secondary school. But with biology, you are good to go. Okay? Then, in my first degree, I was an art student. I graduated from Unizik, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, Nigeria. Go and verify. That was my first qualification. Then, after that, I had other postgraduate qualification. I had my postgraduate diploma in education. Then I had my master's in linguistics. My postgraduate was from University of South Africa. My master's degree in linguistics was from University of Stellenbosch, Cape Town, South Africa. Then I was doing my MBA, but when we moved to Australia, I never finished my MBA. I finished it later after my nursing degree because when we moved to Australia, I never wanted to study nursing. I was lecturing in South Africa. Okay. What was I lecturing? I was lecturing in a polytechnic. So I was lecturing English as a second language, business communication, and sometimes I did entrepreneurship and business studies as well. So that made me actually to start doing my MBA. Okay, so before we moved to Australia, I have finished my coursework for MBA, so I was left with my dissertation, and I was also doing some PhD program and so on, but that is a story for another day. You know what migration can do to you? A lot. So when I see some of you whining and telling me that I've achieved a lot, I've done this, I don't want to, I was like, what? What actually do you need? Do you actually need to move? Or you still want to dwell on your past achievements? Okay? So, when we came to Australia, I told my husband that I'm going to teach. Okay? It's either I'm teaching in secondary school or I'm going to teach in the college, which is a polytechnic here. So we started the journey. My husband was like, it's okay. But he actually told me my plan B, because I left nursing as my plan B, said, don't close that option. Leave it open in case this doesn't work. So I didn't close that option. I left it as option B. I actually registered with WA Teachers Board, okay, whatever it is called, but actually did a registration. They gave me a provisional registration. That's how it works. Once I have taught in Australia for 6 months, they will do a general registration. Okay, so in the process of looking for a job and something, other things happened which I don't want to explain today, okay, but I will have opportunity to explain it in other videos. So how did I get my nursing admission when we came here? You all know that we came here with permanent residence. I've made a video about that. I'm an open person. I like to share my experience so that people will learn. I made a comprehensive video how my family came to Australia with permanent residence with no job. Please watch that video. Watch that video. Okay. So I looked for admission. I've told you previously there is nursing where you can do 2 years and you qualify. The same thing is applicable to social work if you have had previous degree, but it is very intense. It is an intense program. I already have kids, I'm working, I'm doing everything, and I said to myself, I can't go through that process. Actually, someone that studied nursing here that is from Nigeria actually advised me that it's very intense because I'm already family oriented. I have kids and I'm working and stuff, that I should actually consider doing a full-time nursing, okay? So in Australia, there's nothing like doing midwifery from beginning or doing mental health nursing or pediatric nursing. No, you do a general nursing, like general one. When you graduate, you can decide which area to go or specialize. So some school would do with 3 years, while some school would do with 3.5 years. If you want to add midwifery, okay, for 6 months. After the 3 months, it becomes 3 years, 6 months. Okay, I did general nursing like everyone, 3 years nursing degree. Okay, so I applied. So I got my admission because I already have post qualification. Actually have my IELTS, my English is supposed to be 7 in all bands, okay? 7 in speaking, 7 in reading, 7 in writing, and 7 in listening for you to study nursing in Australia. Yes, yes. Some of you write out once and say you are tired. I laugh. You are not serious yet too. I am telling you from experience. You never ready. When you are ready, you'll be writing out almost every month. I am telling you. I am telling you. Okay, when you want to achieve something, go for it. That's the key for migration. So I supplied all my previous qualification. I also supplied my WAEC results and GCE. So right now, if you ask me which one actually gave me admission, I am not sure. That's how I do my things. I supply and I oversupply so that you don't have any excuse when you don't grant me that. Okay, so I gave them my WAEC, my GCE. I gave them my UNIZIC BA Honors English. I also gave them my postgraduate diploma in education. I gave them also my master's in linguistics from Stellenbosch. I supply everything, both transcript and qualification, certificates, and also my CV. Okay, so I supplied everything and I was given an admission. I wanted to defer the admission to see if I can get a teaching job or anything so I can just leave this nursing alone. The nursing is not my thing, you know. When your husband is a doctor, you like, I don't want nursing. I don't want nursing. And my husband was laughing like, okay, we'll see what you're going to do. But I ended up being a nurse, but I love it all. I am loving it, you know how it is. So, but I never knew I was going to toe that part. You know, I was a lecturer. I was doing my thing. You work daytime, you come back, you know. Yeah. So that's actually what I wanted. So I did my nursing. And I want to tell you today, the kind of modules. When we're doing modules in nursing, there are science core modules. The units that are science core, like if you haven't done something like biology in the past, you will struggle. And actually, people that did chemistry and physics, they don't struggle because those courses actually incorporate aspects of physics, chemistry, and biology. But you know, as an adult learner, you always find a way to navigate it. It was hard for me, but I tried as much as possible, and I passed those units with good grades. Initially, I was like, what are they talking about? Chemistry, physics, everything combined together in clinical science. But at some point, I advised myself, Jane, for you to pass this nursing, you must learn. What does it take you to go extra mile to learn something? Okay? Nursing is not about being a science student. No. It's not it. I will tell you some of the models I did in my studies. Actually, this is my nursing qualification. I graduated in December 2017. You see that? Yes. And when I graduated, this is my transcript, original transcript. Now, I did health and health system. That was in my year 1. Health and healthcare system. Health assessment skills and practice. And I did health science 1. Health science 1 was just a preliminary science. You know, I was like, okay, is this it? Okay, that's good. So we are cruising. Then that was in first semester year 1. Then we did foundation of nursing. That was the first 4 modules. Then in the second semester, because it was 3 years, so it goes with, I think, 4 modules because it was full-time. Then we did supportive nursing care skills and practice. That is the practical aspect of it. Clinical science introduction. That was the beginning of the stress. Clinical science introduction. Then we did adult health, mental health and illness, professional nursing practice. That's another practical, clinical placement. Then clinical science 1. Hey, that is when the real stress started. Oh, But you know what I say, as a Naija babe, I must weather this, whether good or bad. Then we have adults, older adult health, culture and health, professional nursing practice 2. Then we had clinical science 2, or more. That's where you do pathology, physiology, and pharmacology. Oh, more. I nearly died. But you know what? When the result came out, we did 1 test, and my result was so high. And I know one of my lecturers, I knew I was like not happy with this subject. But during the test, I read and read and read. I studied. We were in the science lab, and she showed us our test, and she called my name, and she looked at me. She said, Jane, I say, it's me. Here, there is nothing like expo or malpractice, you know that. So it's not going to be you and you and you and your brain. I said, because here we call them by their name. I called her name. I said, I really, really read and I studied. One good thing about studying abroad is this. You will have a course outline. When you have a test, they will tell you the area they will cover. When I studied in Nigeria, I am writing a test. I'm preparing for a quiz. I don't actually know what the lecturer is going to ask me. They kill us over there. Like, they intentionally want to kill us. So, but when you study abroad, you know exactly where the lecturer is going to go to pick the question. They will give you the course outline. They will give you the area that will be covered in that quiz or test. So you have a focus when you are studying. For us that started our foundation with reading wild without even knowing what we are reading. So when we have a structured learning pattern, it's easy. Like you know what you are doing. You know where to focus. That's one good thing about studying abroad. Okay. So we did clinical science 2, and we did child and adolescent health, primary health care, professional nursing practice 3. Clinical science 3 was the last of clinical science. So that's where you have pathology 3, pharmacology 3, and physiology 3, and so on. So that was the last of it. Then professional capacity building, professional portfolio, law and ethics, professional nursing practice 4. That was the last clinical placement in our 3rd year. Then I have 2 exemptions. I've said it before, I have 2 exemptions. Remember, I never studied science in the past in all my qualification, but I got 2 exemptions in communication for the professions and evidence-based practice in healthcare. So the communication one was because I have studied. my first degree was English, and also I have done, if you've done English 101 in the past, even without studying English 101 or something, you can apply for exemption for that. I also studied evidence-based practice because I've done research in the past. I did my research in my BA honors in Nigeria. I did my research in my masters in South Africa. I did research in so many places, so they gave me exemption for this. Okay, so when I was reading out our course unit, you will find out that there is mental health there, there is primary health there, there is older adults there, there is child and adolescent health. Okay, so it's not like UK where you have to based in one particular area of nursing. No, we do general nursing, cover all area. So when you graduate, you make a choice. Where do you want to go? So when you go there, you can actually specialize with experience, or you specialize with qualification. People like us like to specialize with both because it will give you more opportunity. So I specialize with both experience and qualification. That's doing your postgrad. Okay, so in today's video, I just want to give you an overview of what it entails to study nursing in Australia. There is practical placement where they place you in hospitals. In first semester year 1, they normally place people in aged care to have a basic knowledge of how aged care works. Then after that, they'll place you in different section of hospital. They can place you in pediatry, they can place you in maternity, they can place you in ED, they can place you in general ward or mental health, or anyway, depending as you go on in different placements. Okay, and there is medical reports. You have to do some tests before you do nursing, before you be allowed to go for clinical placement in the hospital or outside anywhere. There are some medicals that you need to do, test and show your immunization records and so on. Okay, and there are some illness or some diagnosis or some whatever you have that you will not be allowed to study nursing. It's just like that. Each school will tell you that. Okay, so yes, it is true that you can study nursing in Australia without any prior science background, but you have to weather it. You have to actually know that you are going for this, and it's for you. There is nothing like my practice. It's you and your brain alone. Okay, for people from other countries that want to migrate as a student, now it's really hard. I just want to tell them that because of GTE, genuine temporary entrance, it is always easy for you to come in, then you can do nursing. Come in with something that's aligned with the course you have done in the past and the job you are currently doing. So you can scale through the GTE process. When you come in, you can change over. Okay, I just want to tell you that if you actually want to be a nurse, you can be a nurse. That's not a big deal there. Okay, stop panicking or thinking that's it. This is studying abroad. It's easier. Okay, all right. So now you know you can study nursing without being a science student. Just get prepared. Even if it's not happening now, it will happen later. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. Please do like my video, subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. And for nurses, I've seen some nurses writing a lot of things in the comments. I'm actually going to do more video for you guys, for my professional colleagues. Okay, so chill and relax. And so everyone, if you want your daughter, your son, your wife, or anybody to do nursing in Australia, it's okay. Even if they don't have nursing background, if they don't have science background, it's okay. It will still happen. All right, see you in the next video. All right, bye.